That's not confusing.
Mikolas. So we're just having a fun little chat, and we're at risk of getting thrown out of the game before it even begins by our head ref, who you see running onto the field, jogging onto the field. He just came and chat with us. He's in the white hat, and that is Mikolas, and he is ready to roll. So are the California Curry Bombers, and so are ROK. And so if you're sitting at home and wondering, do I have deja vu? Well, you actually do. These two teams just played each other not 3 hours ago, and they tied each other at the end of pool play, and now they match up again. So quick pass off to that left side. So they know each other really well, and we also know both of these teams a little bit. And what we do know is that Law, who's a quarterback for these here Curry Bombers, is one of 7 Curry Bombers who are here as part of this California contingency in Ningbo, China. So there's only 7 players on the Curry Bombers roster, and for ROK, double that number and you arrive at their roster. They've got 14. So P dancing on second down, throws the ball to Mo. That goes right through his hands, incomplete. So as we start the game, you can see Curry Bombers struggling to get some yards, but they're going to get settled in, we are sure, because they are an electric offense. But it'll be third down for them and about 20.
And just as you said there, Gonzo, these teams know each other well. It'll be interesting to see what kind of tactics have changed, and if the score remains similar to the first game, which was 34-34.
So Corb, with his mic, as we look at P, he delivers a strike on that far side to Parm. That's his favorite receiver. He wears 7'11", and Parm, the big-bodied Californian of Indian descent, has his first reception of the game and probably his millionth of this tournament. He has been active for the Curry Bombers.
And we see that veteran play there where they down it right before the first down. This gives them a great opportunity to take a shot.
So the receivers here for the Curry Bombers, out wide, Maurice Lorenzo Williams II. We'll call him Mo. Parmveer Basra. And the slot man who just picked up the first down, Alex Joseph. The center here, Sean Manson. Real nice guy. We had a chance to speak with him earlier. He's a lot of fun to be around. And of course, P. Pranav Iyer.
Yeah, even though the California Curry Bombers only have 7 guys, these guys can all ball.
Excuse me, missing the call. It's not P. It's Lawrence Rahman. Law, excuse me. So Law delivers again to Parm over that left side. It's going to be third down here and goal from the 10-yard line. Law and Parm have that veteran connection. And with Alex Joseph, Mo, and Sean Manson, Corb filling in the rest, these guys are dangerous, eh?
Yeah, we see that Parm wears that number 711. What does that mean? Is there a number 711 player number, or what is that?
That's exactly what I asked him, and he said, I said, is 711 legal? He said, I don't know. I just wear it. I wonder if he has a backup plan, like 24? No, that's Alex Joseph's number. I don't know. So Law delivers it to Joseph, the biker who gets his entire belt pulled off of his body by June. And so they get about 6 yards on that play. Alex Joseph, we said he looked more like a triathlete, and he confirmed last night as we were on the team bus heading back, he is a biker.
Biker from Texas, and he can ball. He can catch, he can throw. They often look to him on the double, and he yinged a nice touchdown pass on the double quarterback play in the last game. So look for him to be active in this one.
So Joseph gets a quick snap, and he has an early touchdown for the California Curry Bombers. It was a center dart to the right side Law fed him. He caught it, and he caught the ROK defense sleeping. Easy 6 there for Alex Joseph.
Yeah, they made that drive look easy, and you wonder how much ROK is wondering how much their game plan has changed, and if the team has stayed loose and warm and ready to stay active in this rematch of these two heavyweights.
So ROK defense, Jongboom Park, that's JB on the left side. Number 5, Gahun Cho, he's a standout. Number 3 in the middle, Seong-Ryo Wee, he's on the left side now. And the rest will fill in later because we have Law taking the snap, throwing to Parm, way too high. So the Curry Bombers are going to have to settle for 6, but a nice opening drive from them, Corb.
Yeah, and if you know 7-Eleven, it's a convenience store, and it's open 24 hours. So you wear that 7-Eleven, you have to always be open, and that is the reference that we see from Mr. Parm, who couldn't bring that conversion down.
So Juwon Kim now, the quarterback for this ROK team, taking the snap from his brother, and he's looking and just throws it away over the middle. So Juwon's the quarterback. Ju-Yeon is his center brother, and his parents certainly did not make it easy for us, but I'm sure that's the last thing they were thinking about when they gave birth was 25 years later when old Steven and Corb got into the broadcast.
And you see here that the California Curry Bombers have number 23, Ming Witten, putting on the heat. He will be a big factor in this game with the rush. He is relentless.
He's a rushing specialist here for the Curry Bombers. As you see Juwon deliver a strike to Q on the near side. That's one of his favorite receivers, and he is a speed merchant for ROK.
Nice little pass out into the flats for a little pickup. Positive yards, get out of the end zone. You wonder what they're going to draw up here. Maybe something over the middle.
So Young O is opposite Q, and Q comes in motion, and Q gets the ball, and a nice gain there. Going to pick up about 10. That's going to take ROK to the 21. It's going to be 4th down and 4. So rounding out the offense, Corb, Yoon Chan, he's number 84. He's lined up in the slot right now. That's Yoon Chan Jung. So we have 2 receivers left. Yoon Chan lines up in the slot. Ju-Yeon extends his arms. Now he's ready. Juwon back in the gun. Snap, looks left, throws. He's got his brother for a 1st down. So ROK moves the chains here. It'll be 1st down and goal from about the 23-yard line.
Nice timing play there by ROK to get out in the flats. That was a good pass. It was actually very good defense, but better offense.
So the Curry Bombers, Corb mentioned Min Nguyen, who's the rushing specialist. P is now in the game at the cornerback, and you see a throw there to Young O, a missed flag, and the receiver stopped. He didn't realize he still had both of his flags on, and wow, ref spikes his hat into the ground. Now he's calling a personal foul on the Curry Bombers. So it was a hold. But the ref was not happy with whatever he saw after the play. So it's an automatic 1st down. We believe that it was called against Law. And most of these Curry Bombers are playing 2 ways, Corb.
Yeah, luckily for them today, the weather's cooled down. There's a nice little breeze. It's not raining. It's not too hot. They shouldn't be too fatigued here.
These are very athletic men, and they've had a 3-hour break. They should be just fine. So Juwon now way back in the gun. Q comes back, but they're looking downfield, and they've got a receiver caught for the touchdown. It's Yoon Chan Jung for 6.
Nice play there by ROK to get open at the back of the end zone. Long developing play, nice patience by the quarterback, and ROK strikes back to even it up and get the conversion for the possible lead here.
So the slot man streaking all the way over, picks up a big touchdown here for ROK. We mentioned their last battle ended in a tie, and now we're trading jabs here in the early game. But this one's a lot more meaningful as you see a catch on that right side, and the conversion is successful. That's Q. He's got the extra point.
And great timing there with the quarterback and receiver. He threw the ball before he even turned. He knew where he was going to be. He dropped it in that spot, and very nice conversion there by the offense.
So ROK with a very nice drive there. Little help from the Curry Bombers on the personal foul. And for the Curry Bombers, they're pretty loose guys. They kind of roll with anything that defense or the refs give them. So they're very poised. A lot of veterans all over the place. Alex Joseph's the center now. Sean Manson in the slot. And the throw goes to Manson, and he jumps after the play, but his flag was already pulled. Parham looks at him like, bro, you cannot do that. Do not do that again. They will call the flag, bro.
Yeah, if you're new to flag football, there is no jumping when you have the ball. You could land on your ankle, twist somebody else's ankle, step on somebody. If you jump, it is a penalty, so you have to be careful about eluding the tackles and not jumping.
So Mo is lined up at the bottom of your screen. Parham's at the top. Manson's in the slot, and Joseph's the center. Law takes a snap, pumps, and goes deep. He's got Parham, and Parham's got a big reception for a first down. Flag is down at the 11-yard line.
I would say he was 7-11 on that play, and a nice pickup by Parham there, and the Curry Bombers to strike big and fast to get to the other side of the field.
A little stutter step and go there, and Law threw the biggest pump fake that we've seen this side of Jonah Shao, who likes to throw those big arm fakes herself, and Parham got really wide open. A nice cushion there.
Yeah, defense out of position there, not able to stick with Parham.
So Law right under Alex Joseph now. Throw goes back to Joseph, who's going to pick up about 5 yards. They like him on those little underneath plays.
Yeah, he's shifty, man. He's quick. You know, every player on this team is such a big contributor at any given moment. Any of these guys can bust a run, bust a catch, even a throw. The talent is unbelievable. As you see, 5 or 6 guys go against 14.
So we didn't talk about the right side of the ROK defense. Over there we've got Jun Ho Jian. They call him Jun Ho. And number 9 is Yuchon Park. So let's see. Alex gets the handoff, and the flag is pulled around the 4-yard line. So for Alex Joseph, short gain. Wow, are they going to mark him down at the 1? What a generous spot there for Alex Joseph.
Well, the veteran runner right there, you see him reaching. And if you don't know, it is marked where the ball is. So if you can reach that ball before you get tackled, you can pick up a few more yards or feet, depending on how far you can reach. Curry Bombers ready to punch it in here.
So bunch formation in the middle. Quick little play to Joseph, and he has a touchdown. Reaches his hands over the goal line, and that's all they needed.
We went for a ride there as the Curry Bombers strike back, and Alex Joseph punches it in. It's been a long day, my man.
It's been a long day. As you see, Law and Alex Joseph give themselves a little head touch in the back of your screen there. So ROK defense are not able to stop this Curry Bomber attack yet, but good luck for them and good news for them. The Curry Bombers on defense haven't figured them out either. So Law's throwing, firing. That ball is intercepted by number 83. That's JB. So that means the extra point conversion is no good. And the back and forth battle that has carried over from the game before continues. Curry Bombers now jump back into lead, 12-7.
Law intending to pass for Sean Manson there, but JB with a great defensive play to pick it off and get out of bounds. ROK takes over.
So ROK come back out with everybody, but a new receiver is Quan on the near side. But Juwan throws right to him to get him involved, and flag is pulled around the 15-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 10 for Quan and his first reception of the game.
And you see the ROK team trading jabs for power shots with the Curry Bombers. ROK team content with taking the check down and the short stuff, and Curry Bombers unleashing bombs to stay in the lead in this game.
So Juwan looks back at his brother, then delivers the snap. Juwan is looking very deep, well covered, and overthrown there. It was nice coverage by the Curry Bombers. It was Mo back there who was guarding the intended receiver, Quan, again.
You can see all the people watching the game, all the players in attendance, sitting on the sidelines, a lot of people watching the game from the field, from the edge of the field, and the excitement is growing as the playoffs here are getting closer to the final.
Yeah, these games are meaningful now. These are elimination games, and so you're seeing more and more spectators. And we hope that some of them have the live stream on or listening to us in the background. Hey, a little earpiece. All right, here we go. Juwan throws onto the near side, and it's a catch to his brother. So Juyan picks up about 9 yards on that play. Little out route, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 5.
Nice little pop out there to the flats. Get back some of those yards and make this a 4th and short. I believe they will convert this because their short game is solid.
So Corb's called
it.
Corb's called a conversion right here, right now.
Curry Bombers pressing.
Yeah. Juwan looking deep, and he's got a deep man wide open for the touchdown. Yoon Chan was wide open on a busted coverage. He spins that ball, puts his hands over it for warmth. Oh my goodness. Curry Bombers need to talk that over.
Not sure what defense they were running there, as Unchan was wide open in the end zone, spins the ball, throws a little campfire, s'mores on the campfire for the touchdown.
That sure was a nice little spin there. That fire was going for quite a while. All right, 2 receivers to the left on the extra point attempt. They're going for 1 here. Juwan back in the gun, has receivers crossing everywhere. Min Nguyen has the sack on the extra point. Juwan was saying, "You hit my arm." Might have. But Miko did not call anything. Called the sack, actually. 1 fluid motion. Corb?
Looked like Juwan brought the ball back down where the defender was, so I like the no call.
Little gamesmanship as the ROK offense crosses our booth. And Curry Bombers step back out onto the field. It's the same guys. It's really the same guys. Only guy that's different is Sean Manson. And the ball goes to Pranav. Throw was behind him from Law. He tried to reach back but couldn't corral it, so 2nd down now.
Curry Bombers never left the field.
Can't come back on if you never left.
But so, you see here 2 teams trading blows with each other, and we see a lot of what we saw in the first game. Score, not a lot of defense, and everyone's got great offense.
Yeah. I guess maybe, Corb, it's going to be which defense is going to get the big stop here. So Law, back of the gun, throwing. He's got Parm wide open again. I do not know. I mean, we talked about it in our broadcast, the Curry Bombers, yesterday. I do not know how Parm gets 5 yards of separation on every single play. This guy's unbelievable.
Yeah, well, fortunately for Curry Bombers, they have some deep threats on any given play, and ROK needs to be careful not to give up the quick play. Sometimes you got to give up the shorter play, but yeah, Parm was wide open on that.
So Law throws back to Alex Joseph, who is running, and a couple of missed flag pulls. They get it up to about the 19-yard line.
You'd like to see Mo get a little more involved here. Haven't really seen him get a touch. Like to see Sean Manson get involved here. Yep. These guys on offense haven't really touched the ball yet.
Law gets it back to Alex, who is running again, and a sliding flag pull there by Gahoon. So that's going to mean 2nd down, and everybody's running the hurry up, which probably means that we're getting low on time in this first half, Corb.
Nice tackle by Galhoun there, and the ROK defense getting stingy here as Curry Bombers get close to the goal line.
So Law talking a little bit to Parm. Manson in the slot. They're going to pump and throw, and they've got a man. It is Mo for a Curry Bomber touchdown.
Right on cue. Mo getting involved when his team needs him. Got behind the defense. Pretty easy throw and catch for Law to Mo. And Mo's bending over a little bit, checking his shin. Hopefully he's okay.
That's the last thing the Curry Bombers would need, is for any injury. Could spell danger for what I would really call as a storybook run. To be honest with you, these California Curry Bombers are one of the most liked teams at this tournament, Corb.
Yeah, all great guys. They're all pretty humble, easy to talk with, great conversations, a lot of experience in flag football, loving the environment, loving the atmosphere down here in Ningbo, and we're happy to have them here. We're glad to have them here. Let's hope they can stay healthy. With so few players, it's critical that they don't have any injuries.
All right, so two receivers right. They are going to Parm, and they call him out of bounds. And let's see what happens. The refs are going to discuss. We are going to get an opportunity to see a replay here. One ref said catch. One ref said no. Let's see. Oh, he had
that's a catch.
Clearly. Wow, and the ref was
looking at the feet. That's a catch.
Immediately saw it, but we see differently on the replay.
He was in. Absolutely in.
Influence.
Let's see the replay one more time. His feet were in, and the ref was looking at his feet. I'm not really sure what he was looking at. He was right there to make the call, but he said he was out. It's a catch.
So we, in the booth, know the truth, but the refs do not, and they cannot look at us, even though we would love to.
If he's watching me, I'm giving him thumbs
allow
up.
them to come back to
touch
the booth.
In, catch.
We do not have video replay, and they are calling incomplete.
Wow.
Well, you got to go with what you saw. Sometimes your eyes can deceive you, and sometimes they won't. So that's what brings us into the half. And unfortunately for us, or unfortunately for the Curry Bombers, they are not able to build more, but they do have a 5-point lead, Corb. And we're trying to see which offense is going to blink first.
Yeah, or as you said earlier, Gonzo, which defense is going to make a stop, or which offense is going to make a mistake and get a turnover.
What a great game. Korea versus Curry Bombers. These guys, both of these teams are amazing, incredible athletes that have completely different playing styles. And it is great to see them clashing. It is great to see them balling against each other.
Yeah, you said it. International football at its best. Both of these teams do what they do very well, and it's exciting to see two countries competing on an international flag football level, but at a recreational fun level.
So we're out of the half. And motion man comes across, snap goes to Yoon Chan, immediate fire to Ju Yan, and the flag is pulled by Law after a pickup of about 7 yards. So a little nifty play coming out of the half there, Corb.
Yeah, I haven't seen that play yet.
They're going deep into the playbook here.
Curry Bombers are caught a little flat-footed on that play. Nice pickup on first down.
It was, and so on defense, of course, it's always Pranav, P, and Min who check in. And Juan firing. He's got a catch to his brother. Juyan has a first down. Ball spotted at about the 21-yard line. 22-yard line, excuse me.
Nice little connection there from Juan to Julian. They really have a nice timing and tempo together. I'm sure they've put in hundreds of hours practicing these plays together.
You can even imagine, since growing up, these guys have been the battery, And it's great to see them thriving on the international stage here. Juwan takes a snap, throws forward to Yun Chan, and flag is pulled by Law again after a gain of about 5.
ROK driving, taking what's available, moving the ball, as they did in the previous game. Which defense is going to step up and make a stop or get a turnover?
So ROK running their very methodical defense. As always, we see their coach on the sideline who's calling plays, trying to see what's going to work. And Juwan throws over the middle. He's got Quan there, that shifty receiver. And his flag is pulled by P at around the 7-yard line. So Alex Joseph, the star center and slot receiver, takes a seat just in front of us here. A well-needed rest for him. And for the Curry Bombers, they're hoping they can get him back out on the field soon without an ROK score. And let's see what Quan has to say about that. Throws to the left. Yun Chan high. The ball is through his hands in defense by Mo. A little bit of contact, but just a real nice defensive play, Corb.
That's right. Mo in position to make that play. Almost some contact. I think he took a little shot on the face there, but ref didn't call it. Lucky for Curry Bombers.
So that's going to bring up 4th and goal here from the 7-yard line.
They've been attacking those flats and those outs. I would expect the same thing or something at the back of the end zone. Got to stay home. Got to communicate.
All right, Juwan's back of the gun. Yu Chan, the slot man, left. They're going right, and they have an incomplete catch called from the far side. Incomplete. And the Curry Bombers defense stands tall on 4th and goal.
Wow. Let's get the replay here. Looks like he zipped it into the right. No, the ball hit the ground. Incomplete.
Throw was well too low. He might have had a little bit of a glimpse there on the diving, sliding attempt at the front pylon, but Quan delivered it a bit too low, and you know what that means. Curry Bombers ball, 1st and 20.
Yeah, and that stop might be the difference in this game, as we're already in the second half, and ROK unable to stop the Curry Bombers offense.
Let's see, it's a big call as Law gets the ball up to Alex Joseph. And these teams, so different culturally, but so much respect for each other. You see the Curry Bombers, they've probably got, to a man, 6 inches of height on their corresponding ROK defender, but they play each other tough. It is not easy sledding for either of these offenses. So Manson out wide now. Opposite him is Mo. Parm gets the shovel pass in the middle, gain of about 6 yards.
Curry Bombers seem content here just to take the short look, the easy look, not forcing anything, possibly setting up something deep here. I feel something percolating here. What do you got on the next play, Gonzo?
I mean, their offense has been mirroring ROK now, but you gotta look to Parm on the crossing route over the middle. That's my call. All right, let's see it. Pump fake. They got Parm deep. Can he get there? No, he cannot. A ball was thrown on a skinny post, but it was just thrown to the right and out of the reach of Parm. But they had something there, Corb.
You called it. We both knew something was coming there. And just out of the reach of Parm, who was open and had a step, but a little too far there by Law to get the ball to one of his main receivers, Parm.
So now it's a golden opportunity for ROK's defense to stand up and give their offense a chance to retake the lead. So 4th down here and 8. Curry Bombers need to get to midfield. Law taking some time to talk to his guys. They are trying to make sure they get into the right spot. They do, and they have Palm over the middle. Those sure hands pick up the 1st down.
The big man takes the grab over the middle for the Moss and the 1st down.
I'm telling you, man, if I'm putting together a flag football team, I'm taking Parm Basra, #1 overall. Parmveer Basra. What a baller for this California Curry Bombers team.
Incredible play there by the big guy to muscle that ball away and pick up a critical first down for the Curry Bombers.
All right, Manson and Moe are the wideouts. Law throws to Manson. He's got a completion on that left side. They're going to pick up about 10 yards on that. So Manson. Sean Manson, sorry, please go ahead.
Yeah, Manson getting involved there. You like to see it, that they're sticking to what they're giving them. They're not trying to force it here. I think you're going to see a little double quarterback action here as they get closer to the goal line.
Manson is probably the last man on this Curry Bombers depth chart. He's somebody that was not in a lot on offense yesterday, but did check in late. But he has been starting and thriving here, and they're pumping back to him. Law's looking to the right, throwing back, and he's got Parm in the middle. And Parm has a completion, another chunk play. It's about 6 yards, going to bring up 3rd and goal from about the 4-yard line.
Dangerous throw there. Going to his #1 receiver, completing it back across his body, picking up some positive yards. But you got to be careful throwing a ball like that in traffic.
Yeah, the audacity of Law to roll right and throw across his body. But if you've got Parm there, he's got those big, strong hands, that big body. He can kind of box out, kind of do what you need. He saved a lot of quarterbacks in his day, that guy. So Parm's in the slot right. They're getting it. Oh, they're faking to Alex Joseph. Throwing high for Parm. Just out of reach. He was open, 7-11. But the ball was overthrown, Gorb.
Yeah. Couldn't park that ball where it needed to be. A little out of reach. As you said, he was open. But led him too far. Let's see what they dial up here.
Honestly, you love the play call on that. ROK knows that in goal-to-go situations, Law has just been pitching that ball to Alex Joseph, and Alex Joseph has been using his long hands to reach across. And this time they faked that play and then went back across the field to Parm. So ROK has another shot. 4th down. Can they stand up? Can the Curry Bombers score? It's Law to the middle. Intercepted by ROK's defense. And they stand tall. It's number 20, Junho Jian.
Big stop there by the defense to get the turnover and stop the Curry Bombers from scoring and keeping this a 1-score game. Nice job by the ROK team there to stop the Bombers.
So for Law there, probably a mistake that he'd like to have back. In a situation like that where you don't see much open, you probably just want to float it up to Parm with that huge height advantage. That time he tried to zip it in there and it was intercepted. So Juwan, new life, he's going deep, first play. P's looking just out of the reach of Yun Chan. Wow. Big strike attempt. They dialed up the strike codes there for Yun Chan. And that ball was thrown about 50 yards downfield, Corb.
Yeah, that was a bomb. Typically not the ROK offensive scheme or style, but maybe they saw something there they wanted to try to take advantage of. However, unable to connect on that deep ball. Keeps the defense honest, though.
Wow. And do you believe that throw? I mean, Juwan just threw it as far as he could. Yun Chan wasn't even looking, but they just trust themselves to get to that spot. As they go to the middle again, he's got his brother for a gain of about 15, maybe more, and that ball looks to be spotted around the 21-yard line. A big gain on 2nd down for ROK.
And Alex Joseph on the sideline pointing to the foot marker on the sideline saying he was out of bounds, but looks like ROK running a little smash action over there, and the brothers connecting for a big gain.
So let's see what ROK does here. They're trying to take advantage of the fact that all of these Curry Bombers players are slowly getting winded because they're playing both ways. And they're looking to go deep again. They are! They've got a man! They've got a touchdown! No! It's spotted at the 1. No, they call a touchdown! It is Young O there. He was up against Law and broke free deep, and a big strike play there for ROK, and the touchdown they needed. They are back in front.
That was an amazing play by the quarterback there. The JoJo got behind the defender there, Law, and great pass, great play by ROK to come back and make this a very close game once again.
Extra point attempt here. Chan is off to the slot right. They're looking, throwing high. Intercepted by P. And that means the extra point will fall unsuccessfully. Wow. Wow, Corb. So ROK finally starting to take deep shots. They're finally starting to pick on the fact that the secondary, the safety for the Curry Bombers is also the quarterback. They're running a lot, and they're not able to catch up at this point of the game to these ROK speedy receivers.
Yeah, it's a great strategy. You got the quarterback at safety. Make him run. Make him tired. Fatigue him out.
So we were a little bit surprised they tried to go deep to the near side on that last drive because P is not playing both ways, but then they went to the far side, as you see a punt fake there, and a sack down at the 1 yard line. A sack there by ROK. That is Ga-hoon Cho, a dangerous rusher for them.
Nearly a safety by Ga-hoon there. Fantastic rush play there to get Law on the 1 yard line, 2 yard line, and Curry Bombers backed up in their own end zone here on second down.
So Curry Bombers trying to slow it down, trying to catch their breath really. As Law, right under center now, rolls, throws back to his second quarterback, throws it back to Law. He's shaking his hips, and a nice flag pull at the 10 yard line by June. A gain of 9 for the Curry Bombers on the razzle dazzle.
You like that little double pass. Law coming back across the middle, but the ROK defense was disciplined, and a nice tackle up the middle to stop that for a short gain. It could have been something big for the Curry Bombers, but ROK was ready for it.
So Curry Bombers really starting to take their time now. And what you've got here is Alex Joseph as the center. P checks in as the slot receiver. Parham and Sean Manson. The ball goes to Manson, and he gets a gain of about 10 yards. That's going to bring up fourth down here. And 5.
What you'll see with the Curry Bombers is they're really great at running the play and then using that scheme, and then later running the fakes or running the opposite angle of that play, catching the defense off guard. They ran the same play they just ran previously, but this time they hit the receiver on the deep out for a nice big pickup on third down.
I'm telling you, I like the way they teach these guys. And you see Alex Joseph gets the first down here. No penalty as June grabbed the flag, but it is a big first down here for the Curry Bombers. Alex Joseph and those arms coming to their benefit again.
Wow. ROK was that close to stopping them. But Alex Joseph, too much speed, too much reach, too much heat on that Curry team to get that first down.
So we were trying to say, as we have first down now, how we really like how these American teams throw the pump fake. They've picked the whole arm, and it's bigger pump fake we've seen as a diving sack by Ga-hoon, his second of the drive. Ga-hoon Cho sacks Alex, and they get a short loss there, a loss of about 1.
Fantastic defensive play by ROK there, and Ga-hoon was ready for it. Alex nearly slipped past him, but Ga-hoon was in the right position, left his feet to make a play. Sometimes you gotta leave your feet to make a play, and he did exactly that to stop Alex Joseph from getting any big gains on that play.
So second down here, they're gonna run the same play as the miscommunication by the Curry Bombers. Alex Joseph took the handoff, threw it back to Law, who was not expecting the pass, and that's going to bring up third and very long here. It's third and goal from midfield.
And I'm calling this parm time for the Curry Bombers. They need to pick up about 10 or 15 yards on this play at least, so you don't have all the defense sitting in the end zone on a 4th down.
Let's see what they dial up here. P and Manson are the outside receivers. Parm is in the slot. Double snap. Alex Joseph is going to run it, and he jukes, but his flag is pulled after a gain of 5. So 4th and goal here from the 20.
Big down here for the Curry Bombers. They need this score here to go up and not rely on their defense, as it's been difficult for both teams to stop these offenses. However, today we've had a few stops, but you want to put points up here. What do you think they call, Gonzo?
You know what I think they're going to call. They've got to get Parm, but with Korea now playing 3 deep defenders, it's going to have to be a jump ball. So let's see what we dial up. Law gets it back to Joseph. Will he throw? He will. He throws a high ball for Parm. It's caught for the touchdown! Curry Bombers connect to take the lead! Big man rumble! Parmveer Basra! When you need a prayer, we call Parmveer.
7-11, 7-11, 7-11. The man is always open. Jump ball to the big guy for a big score by the California Curry Bombers to come back and take the lead against this stingy ROK defense.
Curry Bombers are going to elect to go for 2 here and see if they can extend their lead, which is now 6. They're going to see if they can get it to 8.
Beautiful jump ball thrown there by Alex Joseph to give Parm a chance to catch that.
Excuse me, they have a 5-point lead, and they're going to try to see if they extend it to 7. Korb. Wow. Oh, the play is whistled dead here. So we're trying to figure out what's all the commotion on the field. I just think that, there's a penalty on the Curry Bombers. And a 5-yard penalty is going to take their 2-point conversion back to the 15. Could it be again?
Bro, they have 7-Eleven on their team. Let's not go to Circle K. Let's not go to Vinmart. We don't need to go to any of these other stores. When you have Always Open on your team. As you said earlier, Gonzo, he's got that height advantage, but so does Manson.
All right, here's the snap. Another double snap to Joseph. Another snap back to Law. Back to Joseph. We're playing ping pong. Back to Law. Will he float it? Oh, it's a sack by Wee on the conversion attempt fails. The Korea bench explodes. A diving sack by Wee there. These guys are balling now.
Great play by Wee there to get the sack and stop this play as the Curry Bombers were yo-yoing that defender, running back and forth, a track meet, nonstop, and finally you had Wee rush in to take that second quarterback out and end that conversion attempt.
Korb, this is exactly the kind of game that we wanted to see. 2 teams dueling it out. Great respect for each other. Clean game. Just a dogfight. And we love to see it. Juwon's back of the gun. Throws to Young O. He's got 6 yards.
Yeah, you said it, man. This has been a great game on both sides. You see a lot of sportsmanship on the field. Flags pulled, but you see the opponents giving the flags back to the other team. You see handshakes, you see head nods. This has been a very beautiful game to be a part of.
A lot of respect between these 2 teams now. So we see a slot receiver to the left. That's Yoon Chan. Kwon and Young O are the outside receivers. And of course, the brother battery as Juwon delivers again to Yuan. Flag is pulled just short of the sticks. It'll be 3rd down and about 1.
And you got to wonder what the Curry Bombers are going to do here, as they seem to be in a deep zone, and they're giving them 7 yards, 8 yards here, playing right into the strengths of the ROK offense. You wonder if they're going to press it sometime.
So with 1 minute and 14 seconds left on the clock, Corb, what are you thinking defensively?
Well, you got to bend, don't break. I guess with that much time, you got to give them some space, but you know what they're going to do here. You can't get sucked in too much, but at the same time, you got to make a play. So I would give them a little less than 10 yards, but let's see if they can stop them here.
This is a huge drive. A touchdown could win it, as you see a diving stop by P after a gain of about 9 for Yun Chan.
And the clock is running.
Clock is running. That is probably what ROK wants right now. They're not trying to give the Curry Bombers offense a last Hail Mary. They would like to end it as close as possible. Excuse me. They'd like to score with as minimal a time as possible. As you see Juwan now right under center. Fakes the handoff, is looking deep, throwing short. He's got Yun Chan and a double flag pull by Law after a gain of about 4. So a
timeout called by the Curry Bombers.
So Curry Bombers, that is their second timeout. They've called 2 on this drive. So they are trying to manage the clock on their end, trying to make sure that in the event of an ROK score, their offense could get a chance back. What a game. What a battle. We could watch these two teams go at it all day long.
Yeah, it's been an incredible game. And you got to wonder if ROK is going to take the shot here in the flats as they have most of this game. The brother connection is strong here, and you got to think he's going to look for his brother on this play.
With the Curry Bombers up by 5, maybe it's the brotherly connection. Trips left. Juwan dealing over the middle. Ball is caught! Is he in the end zone? The Curry Bombers want a touchdown. They want a touchdown. We're trying to see what's going to be the call. It is a touchdown for ROK, and they take the lead back, but a bittersweet touchdown for them as they leave time on the clock for the Curry Bombers to have one last say.
Wow. ROK converts, but leaves time on the clock for these two heavyweight teams in this back and forth battle, body blow to body blow. ROK just threw a jab in there. Curry Bombers will have a chance to throw the knockout punch here with less than a minute to go.
All right, Corb, after this extra point attempt, it'll be Curry Bombers with 48 seconds left.
That's an eternity for these guys.
Let's talk a little bit about that because, to be honest, this extra point attempt really doesn't matter. Curry Bombers are down 1. We know that when they've needed a big play, they've gone to 7-11. Their man, Parm. What are you thinking, Corb? It's the extra point attempt here. So Yun Chan's flag is pulled.
On time down, yeah. I'm thinking they're going to exploit the deeper outs, get to midfield. They cannot get tackled in bounds as they do not have any more timeouts left. They got to get out of bounds, and ROK should expect to see some shots to the sidelines, but also don't get beat deep on any of these plays.
All right, for the Curry Bombers, it's Mo, Parm, Alex Joseph, and Sean Manson. Law back in the gun, slot receiver to the right. They're looking at the out. No, double quarterback. Here comes Alex Joseph. He's going to scramble ahead for about 8 yards and gets out of bounds. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, good first down play. Get out of bounds. Clock stops. Plenty of time to do what they want to do here. You wonder how much fatigue is a part of this for them as you see some of the players walking back to the huddle. This is where they got to dig deep. This is where they got to drive.
So this is where Alex Joseph is such an asset for the Curry Bombers. He is so fast. He can kill time in the backfield. He can run. He can throw the deep ball. And they're going to pump, double pump, looking. Nobody's open, but they get Parm. And do they call 7-second penalty here on Law? Let's see. There's flag on the field.
Time infraction penalty.
They are going to call it. They're going to say that the quarterback Law took longer than 7 seconds to throw the ball, so that will be a 5-yard penalty, and the loss of down takes the Curry Bombers to third down here, Corb.
And we call that a coverage sack. The defense was in a nice little zone there. They were blocking off the sidelines, and Law wasn't able to connect with any of his receivers on the sidelines.
Curry Bombers were trying to cross some. They were trying to run some deep, and really nobody was open. So the penalty here takes the Bombers back to their 7-yard line, and they've got their work cut out for them now on third down. Parm's in the slot. Throw goes back to Law. He's looking for Joseph. Joseph looking over the middle. Maurice drops the ball. It's intercepted by Correa. He's going to be the hero. ROK is going to win this game. Oh, what heartbreak. Alex Joseph had Mo open wide in the middle, wide open in the middle. It would have been a first down. The ball bounced off of his hands and right to the Korean defender, and that's going to end it.
Oh, and you know that Mo wants that one back. He had him for the first down. The clock would have stopped. Great defense by ROK, being in position to get that deflected ball for the interception. And ROK finishes the deal. Another very close game for ROK to take the win.
Races out onto the field. They are so happy. This combo team between Bayom and Ligers, the pride of their hometown, South Korea, has claimed victory against the California Curry Bombers, and they will be moving on. And for the Curry Bombers, their run at Ningbo NBFO 25 ends here.
Incredible run by 7 guys. You know, you love their game on the field, but I got to say, Gonzo, these guys are a class act off the field, and we're so lucky to have the California Curry Bombers come down and join us out in Ningbo in Southeast Asia, and we really hope that we can see them at more tournaments out here because they really bring the good vibes and they bring that A game. But ROK just a little too much here to finish and seal the deal on the nice defensive deflection play by the safety.
So for the Curry Bombers, as you see some of the highlights on your screen, their heads should be held high. They made an impression at this tournament on and off the field. And for us, we will call it there. ROK prevails by 1 point over the California Curry Bombers. And we will get back to you with the schedule for our next broadcast very shortly.
Thank you.
So coming up next, we believe we will have one of the women's semifinal matchups. We will get back to you shortly. There are still quarterfinal matchups in progress, so we don't yet know the matchups for our next broadcast. We will get back to you shortly.